So today, on the first working day of 2023, let's start with something new, lower limb. Okay, so the first class of the lower limb is front of thigh. So objectives of today's class are, at the end of this lecture, you must be able to identify and describe the cutaneous nerve supply of the front of thigh, superficial fascia and deep fascia of the thigh, and muscles of front of thigh, their nerve supply and action. Usually it is taken in two parts. So we have also divided this particular topic, front of thigh, in the two parts. In this section, you are going to study the muscles of thigh and their action and nerve supply. In the second part, you are going to study femoral triangle with the contents: femoral nerve, femoral artery, femoral veins. So the lower limb, it extends from hip joint to the knee joint. What is the function of the lower limb? It bears all the weight of the body. It maintains the balance, helps in the locomotion, supports the body. So the lower limbs is connected to the trunk with the help of another girdle. Pectoral girdle you have studied. Now it's time for pelvic girdle. So pelvic girdle के अंदर कौन-कौन सी bones होती है? It is composed of two bones, right and the left hip bones, and then they are connected in the median plane by the pubic symphysis joint anteriorly. Posteriorly, they are connected to sacrum and coccyx. So this forms the pelvic girdle. So extent of thigh, it's the region which lies between the hip joint and the knee joint, and it contains the longest, thickest, largest bone in the body. Which bone? Femur. So front of thigh is the interior section or the interior compartment of the thigh. So this whole part thigh is divided by three intermuscular septum: lateral and medial intermuscular septum and posterior intermuscular septum into three compartments. Interior compartment, which is present between medial and the lateral intermuscular septum. Then medial compartment, which is present between medial and posterior intermuscular septum, and posterior compartment, which is present between lateral and posterior intermuscular septum. So you will study thigh in the three parts: interior, posterior and medial compartment. So surface landmarks. ये टॉपिक स्टार्ट करने से पहले आपको कुछ बोनी लैंडमार्क्स जो है वो पता होने चाहिए. सबसे पहले बोनी लैंडमार्क्स में कौन सी बोन हम पढ़ेंगे? हिप बोन, देन फीमर, पटेला, टीबिया, फिबुला एंड फुट. यहां तक आवाज आ रही है? धीरे बात करो, ठीक है. So on the hip bone, we have this upper superior border which is known as iliac crest. Okay. Then we have anterior superior iliac spine at the interior end. So it is made up of three bones: ilium, ischium and pubis. So this part is the ilium part. So here the superior border here forms a crest which is known as iliac crest. Anterior end of the iliac crest forms the anterior superior iliac spine. Okay. Just below it, then there will be inferior iliac spine. Over here in the pubis part, this particular projection is the pubic tubercle, then which is lateral to the pubic symphysis. Pubic symphysis is the midline joint between the two hip bones anteriorly. So there is a ridge over here between pubic symphysis and pubic tubercle. This ridge is pubic crest. So pubic crest का जो last end point है, that is pubic tubercle. From anterior superior iliac spine till the pubic tubercle, inguinal ligament is attached. Okay. From anterior superior iliac spine, look at the picture, till the pubic tubercle, inguinal ligament is attached. So midpoint of this line from the anterior superior iliac spine to the pubic tubercle is known as midpoint of inguinal ligament. And if we draw an imaginary line from the anterior superior iliac spine till the pubic symphysis, so midpoint of this line from anterior superior iliac spine till the pubic symphysis, this point is known as mid-inguinal point. Okay, so here mid-inguinal point, femoral artery can be palpable and head of the femur, and here midpoint of inguinal ligament पे femoral nerve जो है it passes just below the mid point of inguinal ligament. Then we have upper part of this femur, upper end. This is the head of the femur. Then this is the greater trochanter. Like in humerus, you have studied lesser tubercle and the greater tubercle. Here trochanters are there. This is the greater trochanter of the femur. This is lesser trochanter of the femur. Okay. Then here downwards we have condyles of the femur. Lateral and the medial condyle, it articulates with the lateral and the medial condyle of the tibia. In front of the tibia over here, at the lower, little bit lower part, there is tibial tuberosity anteriorly. Then there is a kneecap bone, which is patella. Patella is the largest sesamoid bone. It develops in the tendon of quadriceps femoris that we are going to study today. So patella is there. Then in the femur, because जहाँ अभी origin insertion हम पढ़ेंगे तो हमें important landmarks पता होने चाहिए. Femur के अंदर हमने अभी देखा greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. Now this is the anterior surface of the femur and this is the posterior surface of the femur. On the anterior surface, on the upper end, you will see a line running between greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. This is known as intertrochanteric line. Posteriorly on the upper end, you will see a crest, a ridge-like extension between greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. This is intertrochanteric crest. So on the femur, anteriorly you will be able to see a line which is intertrochanteric line between the two trochanters, and posteriorly there will be a crest which is intertrochanteric crest. Then downwards, I've already told you, there is medial lateral condyle. Then also small projection upwards, there will be medial and lateral epicondyle, जैसे कि हमने वहाँ देखा था humerus में. Then this is the patellar surface anteriorly on the lower end of the femur. Posteriorly, now there's some important landmark. On the lateral side, upwards, you will be able to see gluteal tuberosity. जो gluteus maximus muscle attached होती है, gluteal tuberosity. Medially, here you will be able to see spiral line. Downwards, a ridge is present on the posterior surface of the femur, which is known as linea aspera. Okay, this is an important landmark, femur. जब भी आप femur उठाते हैं, examiner जो है बोलेगा what is this known as and what are the attachment on this line. So this particular ridge posteriorly on the femur, it's linea aspera. Downwards, just above the condyle of this medial condyle of the femur, you'll be able to see a little projection which is known as adductor tubercle, जिसमें adductor magnus muscle का insertion होता है. ठीक है? So these are the landmarks that you must know before starting the lecture. So the first is superficial fascia. हमेशा कोई भी टॉपिक स्टार्ट होता है तो आप उसका superficial fascia से स्टार्ट करते हैं. इसका superficial fascia क्यों important है? Here the superficial fascia, it has two layers. Superficial fatty layer, which is known as Camper's fascia, and a deep membranous layer, which is known as Carpa's fascia. You should have your register in front of you. जहाँ जहाँ जो important key point लगता है, you should write it down so that जब आप खुद पढ़ेंगे तो आप उसको साथ में रख के पढ़ें. ठीक है? So superficial layer of the superficial fascia of the thigh is the Camper's layer. कई बार MCQ question भी आता है. ठीक है? Superficial fatty layer इनमें से कौन सी है? So that will be Camper's fascia, and the deep membranous layer of superficial fascia of thigh is Carpa's fascia. Now these two are the continuation of the layers coming from the abdomen region. वहाँ से ही continue कर रही है superficial fatty layer and deep membranous layer. Now, what are the contents of superficial fascia of the thigh? Cutaneous nerves and the vessels. Vessels में अपने arteries and veins and lymph nodes, which are present here in the superficial fascia in between these two layers. Okay, so superficial layer is campus and the deep membranous layer is Scarpa's fascia. Now this deep membranous layer, that is Scarpa's fascia, it is loosely attached to the deep fascia, except along a horizontal line which is known as Holden's line. This Holden's line extends just lateral to the pubic tubercle. I told you pubic tubercle, pubis में lateral point pubic tubercle. So यहाँ से 8 centimeter horizontal line laterally extend करती है in the thigh, where this Scarpa's fascia is firmly adherent to the deep fascia. ठीक है? It is firmly adherent to the deep fascia. Now, what will be the clinical aspect of this? So, in case if there is an injury to the urethra, okay, there will be extravasation of urine between the layer deep to the superficial fascia, that is deep to the deep layer of superficial fascia, Scarpa's fascia. Now, this extravasated urine, which is in the perineum, tends to go into the abdo region, and from here it can pass on to the thigh, because these two layers are continuation from the abdominal region, superficial and the deeper membranous layer. So this particular line, what does it do? It restricts the extravasation of urine into the thigh region. Okay, so this is the clinical significance of the Holden's line. So what is Holden's line? It is the firm adherence, or it is the line of attachment between the Scarpa's fascia and deep fascia of the thigh. Okay, so it restricts the extravasation of the urine in case of the injury to the urethra. Now, contents of superficial fascia of thigh, cutaneous nerves, arteries. The important content over here is great saphenous vein, जो कि आप आगे भी पढ़ेंगे, अलग से veins का एक lecture है. Superficial inguinal lymph nodes and subcutaneous bursae. I hope you already know now what is a bursa. What is a bursa? Field of fluid. Yes. Present near about the joint to reduce the friction. So they act as cushion and helps in the smoothing of the movements. Now, important plexus you have read in upper limb, that was brachial plexus. Here, cutaneous nerve का जो derivation है, it is from the lumbar plexus. Obviously, important nerves of the thigh are also coming from the lumbar plexus. But I don't know why the जितना weightage brachial plexus को मिला है, उतना weightage lumbar plexus को नहीं मिला है. So इतना एग्जाम में भी नहीं पूछा जाता आप लोगों से, but still you must know lumbar plexus किस किस से बन रहा है. तो ventral rami of spinal nerves L1, L2, L3 and L4 forms the lumbar plexus. Okay, L1, L2, L3, L4. A small twig is contributed from the T12. However, if somebody asks you what is the root value or the contribution of lumbar plexus, then you have to say L1 to L4. But a small twig is also given, a small branch is also given to the L1 by the T12 spinal nerve. Okay, thoracic और lumbar की बात हो रही है. brachial plexus किससे बन रहा था? cervical से. ठीक है, अब इसके अंदर क्या क्या दिख रहा है? कुछ येलो और ग्रीन दिख रहा है. ठीक है, तो येलो क्या है? इट डिनोट्स दी पोस्टीरियर. सी, ये किससे कंट्रीब्यूशन कहाँ से आ रहा है? वेंट्रल प्राइमरी rami of L1 to L4. Again, these rami will divide, this ventral division will divide into anterior posterior, जैसा हमने brachial plexus में पढ़ा था. ठीक है, so yellow part is denoting the posterior division of these ventral rami, and the green part is denoting the anterior division. Now, L1 is giving two branches, iliohypogastric and ilioinguinal nerve. So, root value of ilioinguinal nerve is L1. Okay, it is an important cutaneous branch given in the thigh region. Then iliohypogastric is also having contribution of T12. So root value of it will be T12 and L1. Then a small contribution coming from L1 and L2 forms an important cutaneous branch, genitofemoral nerve. Okay, so root value of genitofemoral nerve will be, you have to concentrate over here, then only you can understand. Okay, from L1 we have iliohypogastric, a small contribution from the T12, so the root value is T12 and L1. Ilioinguinal nerve is coming directly from the L1, so root value is L1. No fibers of T12 are there. Then L1 and L2, they combine and form genitofemoral. Some fibers of L1 and L2, they will combine and form genitofemoral nerve. Then L2, posterior division of L2 and L3 forms lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. L2 and L3 की कौन सी division है? Posterior division forms lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. Then posterior division of L2, L3 and L4 forms femoral nerve, जो आप femoral triangle में पढ़ेंगे. So root value यहाँ clear हो गया. Root value क्या है इसका? Posterior division of L2, L3, L4 लंबार प्लेक्सिस से आ रहा है. कहाँ से आ रहा है? फ्रॉम L2, L3, 4. उसके भी कौन सी डिविजन से? पोस्टीरियर डिविजन से. देन वी हैव L2, L3, L4 का इंटीरियर डिविजन विल फॉर्म ऑब्ट्यूरेटर नर्व, इंपॉर्टेंट नर्व ऑफ द मीडियल कंपार्टमेंट ऑफ थाई. femoral nerve will supply इंटीरियर कंपार्टमेंट. ये लिख लो, आज की क्लास जो है वो किस पे बेस्ड है? femoral nerve पे, क्योंकि जो भी मसल्स हैं फ्रंट ऑफ थाई के, दे ऑल आर सप्लाइड बाय द femoral nerve. So you must know the root value of femoral nerve, posterior division of L2, L3 and L4. Obturated nerve, medial compartment of thigh की nerve, इसकी root value होगी interior division of L2, L3 and L4. Then a small contribution from L2 and L3 and this part, L4 part, will form accessory obturator, which is usually absent. Sometimes it is present. So out of these, okay, the topic क्या है ऊपर अपना? Cutaneous nerve. So cutaneous nerve हमें कहाँ से start हो रहा है? Ilioinguinal nerve, ठीक है. Iliohypogastric, a little lateral part above is supplied by the iliohypogastric. Ilioinguinal nerve main cutaneous, genitofemoral की femoral branch. Then this genitofemoral again divides into genital branch and a femoral branch. Here in the thigh, we are concerned with the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. Okay, so ilioinguinal nerve 1, femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve 2. Then lateral femoral cutaneous nerve is coming directly from the lumbar plexus, from the posterior division of L2 and L3. Then we have femoral nerve. Now femoral nerve की interior division will give intermediate and medial. जैसे आपने यहाँ पे supraclavicular पढ़ा था ना, supraclavicular, उसमें क्या था? medial, intermediate and lateral. ठीक है, वैसे ही थाई के अंदर वी हैव लेटरल, इंटरमीडिएट एंड मीडियल, जिसमें से लेटरल इज कमिंग डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द L2, L3 segment, and intermediate and medial cutaneous nerve of thigh is coming from interior division of femoral nerve. Okay, so medial and intermediate cutaneous nerve are coming from interior division of femoral nerve. So root value इनका क्या है? L2, L3 है. Then we have one more nerve is there, saphenous. Saphenous nerve is the largest cutaneous nerve of the femoral nerve. It is coming from posterior division of femoral nerve. Okay, saphenous nerve. So कितना हो गया अपना? Ilioinguinal, femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, intermediate and medial cutaneous nerve of thigh, and saphenous nerve, which is coming from posterior division of femoral nerve. Medial and intermediate is coming from the interior division of femoral nerve, and lateral cutaneous is coming directly from the lumbar plexus. So in short, you can also understand this from here, जो भी मैंने बताया. L2, L3, L4 anterior division obturated nerve, L2, L3, L4 posterior division femoral nerve. बाकी जो है वो सेम है. इसमें बस एक बात ध्यान रखना है कि lateral cutaneous nerve is coming directly from the lumbar plexus. L4 and L5 जो है दोनों मिलके branch of the L4 and L5 directly they form lumbosacral trunk जो आगे बढ़ेंगे अब. ठीक है, अभी हम we are considering only from L1 to L4 lumbar plexus. So iliohypogastric रूट वैल्यू सब समझ में आ गया कि क्यों है T12 L1. ठीक है, so it give a small lateral branch to the upper part of the thigh and skin over the pubic symphysis. यहाँ तक ही सीमित है ये, तो इसलिए हम इसको जनरली कंसिडर नहीं करते क्यूटेनियस के अंदर थाई रीजन में. ठीक है, देन इलियोइंग्वाइनल नर्व. नाउ दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट नर्व. इलियोइंग्वाइनल नर्व it emerges little inferior to iliohypogastric. It runs in the this inguinal canal along with the spermatic cord in females and round ligament of uterus in the spermatic cord in the males and round ligament of uterus in the females. ठीक है, so inguinal canal के अंदर कौन सी nerve run करती है? तो ilioinguinal nerve. Then it emerges from the superficial inguinal ring. Inguinal canal जो है it extends from the deep inguinal to superficial inguinal ring. So ये thigh region में आने के लिए it emerges from the superficial inguinal ring and it goes on to supply the upper medial aspect of the thigh and the root of the penis and scrotum in males and mons pubis and labium majus in females. Okay, so thigh region में कहाँ supply कर रही है? In the upper medial part. Root value of ilioinguinal nerve is L1. Then femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. It pierces the femoral sheath 2 centimeter below the mid-inguinal point. So I already told you what is mid-inguinal point. What is mid-inguinal point? It is the point between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic tubercle. ठीक है, तो अगर हमें ये लोकेट करना हो femoral branch तो हम कहाँ देखेंगे? 2 centimeter below the mid-inguinal point. It supplies most of the skin over the femoral triangle. So femoral triangle is a triangular depression in the upper and the medial part of the thigh. ठीक है, so femoral triangle की जो ऊपर skin है that will be supplied by the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. और ये जो कंट्रीब्यूशन आ रहा है इसका दोनों L1 L2 से आ रहा है, तो रूट वैल्यू विल बी L1 एंड L2. देन वी हैव लेटरल, इंटरमीडिएट एंड मीडियल क्यूटेनियस. ठीक है, अब जैसे इनका नाम है वैसे ही ये सप्लाई करेगी क्यूटेनियस सप्लाई. द लेटरल आउटर पार्ट ऑफ द थाई इज सप्लाइड बाय द लेटरल क्यूटेनियस नर्व. ये कहाँ से अराइज हो रही है? एमसीक्यू कैन बी आस्क्ड डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द L2 L3 फ्रॉम द पोस्टीरियर डिविजन. It divides into anterior and posterior division. अरे सामने देखो, सामने सामने. इतना बोरिंग भी लेक्चर नहीं है, सुनोगे ध्यान से सब समझ में आएगा. L2 L3. ठीक है, अभी कहाँ सप्लाई कर रहा है? थाई रीजन में, आउटर लेटरल पार्ट में, थोड़ा ग्लूटियल रीजन को भी इंक्लूड करता है. ठीक है, देन इंटरमीडिएट क्यूटेनियस जितना फ्रंट ऑफ थाई का पार्ट है तो वो सप्लाई करता है अपर एंड मिडल थर्ड तक. इट इज सप्लाइड बाय द इंटरमीडिएट क्यूटेनियस फ्रंट ऑफ थाई. सो मीडियल क्यूटेनियस इट सप्लाइज द पार्ट बिलो द मिडल 1/3 ऑफ द थाई मीडियली. ठीक है, सो लेटरली लेटरल क्यूटेनियस, मिडिल में इंटरमीडिएट क्यूटेनियस एंड मीडियली medial cutaneous nerve of thigh. The intermediate and medial cutaneous nerve are coming directly from the anterior division of femoral nerve. Now saphenous nerve, I told you that this is the, yes, it is coming from posterior division of femoral nerve, largest cutaneous branch of the femoral nerve. Now this particular nerve, it emerges or it pierces the deep fascia just medial to the knee joint. इतना बड़ा मुंह कौन खोलता है? See, over here, इन सबको cutaneous supply देने के लिए they have to pierce the deep fascia, come out of the deep fascia and supply. So this saphenous nerve, before coming out of the deep fascia, it gives an infrapatellar branch which supplies the cutaneous which skin over the patella, infrapatellar branch, and also participate in the patellar plexus. ये जितनी नर्व्स आ रही है ऊपर से ये सारी यहाँ पे क्या बनाएंगी, patellar plexus बनाएंगी to supply the skin over this region. Then ये क्या करती है, the saphenous nerve, it runs downwards along with the great saphenous vein and supplies the skin of medial part of the leg, foot up to the great toe. ठीक है, तो ये हो गई हमारी क्यूटेनियस सप्लाई. जो जितना भी अभी हमने इनका ओरिजिन देखा वो समझ में आ गया सबको, रूट वैल्यू समझ में आ गया. नाउ दिस इज द क्यूटेनियस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. तो हमारा एक ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है आज का क्लास का वो यहाँ पे कंप्लीट होता है, कॉम्पिटेंसी कंप्लीट होती है. आई हैव टू गिनाओ ऑल्सो कि हम क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बाद में सब कुछ ऐसे हमने तो नहीं पढ़ा. ठीक है, तो हम तो आपको कॉम्पिटेंट बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बाकी सब कुछ आपके ऊपर है. नींद ले लो, यौन कर लो. समझ में आ गया इतना सबको? आगे चलें. नाउ क्यूटेनियस आर्टरी. टुमारो इन femoral triangle you are going to study femoral artery. तो femoral artery की 3 superficial branch होती हैं, superficial epigastric, then superficial external pudendal, superficial circumflex iliac vessels. नजर आ रही है किसी को? नहीं आ रही है? तो यहाँ पे देखो ये अपना ग्रेट सेफेनस है, इसके नीचे आपको रेड कलर में 3 लाइनें दिख रही हैं. दिख रही हैं अब? एक सीधा ऊपर जा रही है एब्डो की तरफ, तो दैट विल बी सुपरफिशियल एपिगैस्ट्रिक. एक मीडियली रन कर रही है टुवर्ड्स द एक्सटर्नल जेनिटेलिया, दैट विल बी सुपरफिशियल एक्सटर्नल प्यूडेंडल वेसल्स. देन upper in the lateral part towards the iliac crest we have superficial circumflex iliac vessels. These are the 3 cutaneous arteries that are visible in this region. ठीक है, along with the superficial vein of the same name that will drain into the great saphenous vein. ठीक है, so all these arteries they have to pierce here this cribriform fascia, ये अभी हम discuss करेंगे saphenous opening में, and they will go on to supply superficial external pudendal will supply the external genitalia, then superficial epigastric will supply the area the skin below the umbilicus in the abdo region, and this circumflex iliac vessel it will participate anastomosis around the iliac crest. ठीक है, so this is the cadaveric picture of these superficial arteries. This is circumflex iliac, this is superficial external pudendal, and जो यहाँ नहीं दिख रहा है अंदर की तरफ ऊपर की तरफ जाएगा इंग्वानल लिगामेंट को क्रॉस करके ऊपर, दैट विल बी सुपरफिशियल एपिगैस्ट्रिक. तो 3 सुपरफिशियल नाम याद रखने, सुपरफिशियल एपिगैस्ट्रिक, सुपरफिशियल एक्सटर्नल प्यूडेंडल, सुपरफिशियल सर्कमफ्लेक्स इलायक. इनके नाम से ही इनका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन समझ में आ जाता है. देन वी हैव द लार्जेस्ट क्यूटेनियस वेन हियर, ग्रेट सेफेनस वेन. इसके बारे में आप आगे तक पढ़ते जाओगे. तो यहाँ जो आपको बताएंगे वो इसका कोर्स बताएंगे सिर्फ. ठीक है, सो हियर दिस पर्टिकुलर वेन इट इज कंटिन्यूअस. वेन का डायरेक्शन कैसा होगा? ऊपर की तरफ. तो सारे ट्रिब्यूटरीज मिलके दे विल फॉर्म अ लार्ज वेन. So this great saphenous vein is a continuation of dorsal venous arch medially. ठीक है, this is the arch formed over here. You see convexity is towards the toes. Now medial side of this arch will continue as great saphenous vein. It will run in front of the medial malleolus. Okay, so I forgot to tell you these 2 prominent structures. जैसे हमने यहाँ स्टाइलॉइड प्रोसेस पढ़े थे अपर लिम्ब में, वैसे ही लोअर लिम्ब के अंदर एट द लोअर एंड ऑफ द फिब्यूला laterally we have lateral malleolus, and at the lower end of the tibia we have a prominent projection which is known as medial malleolus. आप फील भी कर सकते हो एंकल पे, दोनों राइट एंड लेफ्ट साइड पे malleoli. Okay, so here this great saphenous vein will run in front of the medial malleolus. इसके आगे से ऊपर की तरफ जाएगा ये. इट विल रन स्ट्रेट, देन बिहाइंड द नी, एंड देन अगेन इट विल रन obliquely in front of the thigh so that it can drain into the femoral vein in the femoral triangle. Okay, so it will pierces this cribriform fascia to drain into the femoral vein. So this is the course of the great saphenous, continuation of dorsal venous arch medially. Then it runs in front of the medial malleolus, runs on the medial side of the leg, then behind the knee, then again it comes in front, inclines to or in front of the thigh on the medial side, and then it pierces cribriform fascia to enter into the femoral vein. So here in the picture you are able to see the deep fascia of the thigh, which is known as fascia lata. Okay. So there is an opening here in the fascia lata. There is absence of the fascia lata over here. This opening is known as saphenous opening. And saphenous opening नाम suggest करता है कि यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, saphenous, great saphenous vein is draining into the femoral vein. Okay, saphenous का मतलब क्या है? It is derived from Latin word saphes, which means easily visible. Next is superficial inguinal lymph nodes. Deep inguinal lymph nodes we are going to study in the femoral triangle. Superficial inguinal lymph nodes are present in this region in the upper part and the medial part of the thigh, obviously in the region of the femoral triangle. There are two groups of the superficial inguinal lymph nodes, upper horizontal group and the lower vertical group. Again, this upper horizontal group is divided into lateral group and the medial group, and this lower vertical group is actually it is concerned with the whole of the lower limb. So it drains the skin and the fascia of the lower limb. Here in the upper lateral group, it drains the skin and the fascia of the infraumbilical area, that is the area below the umbilicus in the anterior abdominal wall region, and an area skin around the buttocks is drained by the upper lateral group. And this upper medial group, it drains the medial part of the infraumbilical area of the anterior abdominal wall and external skin over the external genitalia, and the external genitalia part is drained by the upper medial group, except clitorius part, which is drained by the deep inguinal lymph nodes. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हें नहीं पढ़ना तो हमें भी पढ़ाना तो है, पर काम खत्म करना बस ऐसे ही. अपर लेटरल ग्रुप, अपर मीडियल ग्रुप एंड द लोअर वर्टिकल ग्रुप. समझ में आया है कि सबको? एक हॉरिजॉन्टल ग्रुप है, एक वर्टिकल ग्रुप है. हॉरिजॉन्टल में लेटरल एंड मीडियल पार्ट है. लेटरल पार्ट जो है इट इज कंसर्न विद द ड्रेनेज ऑफ द infraumbilical area laterally, and in the medial part it is related with the drainage of the infraumbilical area medially. Skin of the perineum and the openings in the perineum is drained by the medial group, and the skin of the lower limb, it is drained by the lower vertical group. So these are present in relation to the great saphenous vein, the vertical group, superficial inguinal lymph nodes. Subcutaneous bursa. So here near the knee joint we have different types of bursa. हम यहाँ पे superficial fascia की बात कर रहे थे, तो it is related to prepatellar bursa and subcutaneous infrapatellar bursa. ये जो पे pink color में denote हो रहा है, these all are bursae. So superficial bursae over here are prepatellar and subcutaneous. Prepatellar bursa and subcutaneous. This is present a little above this ligamentum patelli, which is joining the patella in the tibial tuberosity. Okay. And this subcutaneous bursa is present little downwards from the tibial tuberosity. Then deeper over here, the deep patellar bursa are suprapatellar bursa above the patella, and we have deep infrapatellar bursa just behind the ligamentum patelli. ठीक है? तो इनसे related clinical हम last में पढ़ेंगे. Then deep fascia. यहाँ तक हमारा complete होता है superficial fascia. Superficial fascia we have two layers. Superficial fatty layer, which is campus fascia. Deep membranous layer is the scarpa's fascia. These are the continuation of the fascia coming from the abdo region. Then what is Holden's line? It is a firm attachment between the deep membranous scarpa's fascia with the deep fascia. It is a line that extends lateral to the pubic tubercle horizontally till the 8 centimeter. And what is the clinical importance? Here it is firmly attached, adherent. So in case of extravasation of the urine during the injury of the urethra, it restricts the entry of the urine passing down from the abdomen into the thigh region. Okay, then the cutaneous supply of the thigh, that you have to remember, lumbar plexus is forming from the contribution of L1 to L4. Then first cutaneous nerve is ilioinguinal nerve, L1. ठीक है, ilioinguinal nerve is supplying the skin over the upper medial part, and it is entering here in this area by piercing the superficial inguinal ring, important content of the inguinal canal. Then we have iliohypogastric, gives a lateral twig to the upper lateral part. Then we have, इसलिए कई बुक्स इसको इंक्लूड करती हैं, कई नहीं करती हैं, तो यू शुड ओनली रिमेंबर दैट यस T12 L1 अपर लेटरल पार्ट इलियोहाइपोगैस्ट्रिक, एंड बाकी ये सब आप एब्डो और पेरिनियम रीजन में पढ़ेंगे. देन वी हैव जेनाइटोफिमोरल. जेनाइटोफिमोरल नर्व की भी फिमोरल ब्रांच जो है, ठीक है, कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन इज फ्रॉम L1 L2 एंड इट इज सप्लाइंग द स्किन ओवर द femoral triangle. Then lateral cutaneous, medial cutaneous, intermediate cutaneous, जो नाम सजेस्ट कर रहा है उस एरिया को थाई रीजन में it will supply. Upper in the middle third, in front of thigh supplied by intermediate. Lower part below the middle 1/3 medially supplied by the medial cutaneous, and laterally lateral cutaneous. They will divide into several branches, interior, posterior, to supply the lateral and the gluteal region. ठीक है. Then एक saphenous nerve आती है, ठीक है. सेफेनस नर्व जो है वो एक इंफ्रापर्टिलर ब्रांच देंगी विच पार्टिसिपेट इन द पर्टिलर प्लेक्सिस, सप्लाइज द स्किन ओवर द पर्टिलर. ठीक है. सेफेनस नर्व इज द ब्रांच ऑफ पोस्टीरियर डिवीजन ऑफ femoral nerve. Medial and the intermediate cutaneous are the branch of anterior division of femoral nerve, and lateral cutaneous is coming directly from the, ये हो गई सुपरफिशियल. सुपरफिशियल आर्टरी, femoral आर्टरी की जो ब्रांचेस हैं, सुपरफिशियल एपिगेस्ट्रिक, external pudendal and circumflex iliae. ठीक है. Then the next we had studied was great saphenous, largest superficial cutaneous vein is great saphenous vein. ठीक है. It is a continuation medially on the foot, forming from the continuation of dorsal venous arch, running in front of medial malleolus. Then it will run upwards behind the knee joint. Then again it will come in front medially and will pierce the cribriform fascia. It has not okay, इसमें saphenous opening नहीं आया, so it will, अच्छा बाद में आएगा I think after deep fascia. So it will in the saphenous opening it will pierce the cribriform fascia to drain into the femoral vein. Then we had studied two bursas, prepatellar bursa and subcutaneous bursa. ठीक है. Now next is the deep fascia of the thigh. The deep fascia of the thigh is tight, adherent, sleeve-like, which is known as fascia lata. It has superior attachment and the inferior attachments. ठीक है. So you have to closely see the diagram to understand the attachments of the fascia lata. Superiorly, it is attached to the iliac crest superiorly. Okay. Then to the inguinal ligament. Then to the pubis. Then pubic arch. Then with the help of the sacrotuberous ligaments, so with the help of this gluteal fascia, it will get adherent to the sacrotuberous ligament and get attached to the sacrum and coccyx. ठीक है. ये इसके क्या है, सुपीरियर अटैचमेंट है. सुपीरियर अटैचमेंट में क्या आएगा, इलियक क्रेस्ट पूरा कवर करेगा, देन इंग्वाइनल लिगामेंट से अटैच होते हुए प्यूबिस, देन प्यूबिक आर्च, sacrotuberous ligament, sacrum and coccyx. Also it gives this ischial tuberosity also gives attachment to the fascia lata. So ये पूरा घूम के ऊपर से अटैच होके नीचे यहाँ superiorly sacrum coccyx तक inferiorly attach होगा, and then it will get adhered to the knee joint on the anterior and the lateral surface of the knee joint and to the knee capsule, and posteriorly it modifies to form the popliteal ligament just behind the knee, popliteal fascia just behind the knee joint. ठीक है. So this tight sleeve like deep fascia of the thigh is known as fascia lata. ठीक है. अब इसका जो important modification है वो है iliotibial tract. fascia lata के अंदर भी हमें कौन सी चीज ध्यान रखनी है, वो है iliotibial tract. तुम आगे आ जाओ, तुम्हें नहीं दिख रहा है तो लास्ट दिख रहा है. So this iliotibial tract, what it is a thickened lateral part of the fascia lata. ठीक है. It splits into two lamina, superficial lamina and a deep lamina. Superiorly, superficial lamina is attached to the iliac tubercle, This iliac tubercle is 5 centimeter behind the anterior superior iliac spine. So superficial lamina is attached to the iliac tubercle and deep lamina of iliotibial tract is attached to the capsule of the hip joint. Okay, what is iliotibial tract? Modification, lateral. On the lateral part, this fascia lata thickens to form the iliotibial tract. It has superior, it splits into two parts, superficial and deep. Superficial is adherent to tubercle, iliac tubercle, and deep lamina is adherent to hip joint. Now inferiorly, it gets attached to the lateral condyle of the tibia anteriorly. Okay, so lateral condyle of tibia on the upper part, it gives attachment to iliotibial tract. Now, two important muscles, tensor fascia lata and gluteus maximus muscle. Superficial 3/4 part of the gluteus maximus muscle get inserted on the posterior part of the iliotibial tract, and tensor fascia lata, this muscle will get attached to the interior part of the iliotibial tract. So this tract also gives insertion to two important muscles, tensor fascia lata anteriorly and gluteus maximus muscle posteriorly. These two muscles you will study in the gluteal region. Now what is the significance of iliotibial tract? So जैसे हम walk करते हैं, running करते हैं, so it stabilizes the knee joint against gravity. It supports the knee joint and against the gravity जो body lean करती है. You have to flex the knee and then again keep it on the ground. So while the flexion of the knee, it keeps the tract so that body is stabilized. So it supports the knee joint during walking and running. Saphenous opening. In the upper medial part, there is absence of the fascia lata to form saphenous opening. Okay, so it gives passage to the great saphenous vein to enter into the femoral triangle to get drained into the femoral vein. Now, the landmark or the surface marking saphenous opening हमेशा आपसे पूछी जाएगी कि कहाँ locate होती है. So it is 4 centimeter lateral and 4 centimeter downwards to the pubic tubercle. सबसे पहला जो पिक्चर दिखाया था आपको pubic tubercle का, so it is 4 centimeter lateral and downwards to the pubic tubercle. Now this particular opening, it is covered by cribriform fascia. आज बहुत सारे fascia हमने पढ़े हैं. ये fascia MCQ point of view से सारे important है. थ्योरी में फिर भी कोई पूछे नहीं पूछे, MCQ में ये जरूर आ सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो एक MCQ यहाँ पर भी एक फॉर्म होता है कि cribriform fascia is the modification of what? So either superficial fascia or fascia lata. It is the modification of superficial fascia, not deep fascia. So cribriform fascia, as the name suggests, it is porous. Cribri का मतलब ही क्या है? जैसे छलनी होती है, जाली जाली होता है, वैसे it's a porous fascia covering the saphenous opening, which is the modification of superficial fascia. तो यहाँ हमारा जो है ये सारा superficial fascia, deep fascia complete होता है. When you reflect the superficial fascia and the deep fascia, you will be able to see these muscles in front of the thigh. ठीक है? So one group of muscles over here is quadriceps femoris. Quadriceps femoris, as the name suggests, quadriceps, that means forehead. ठीक है? So 4 muscles जो हैं ये कंबाइन होके एक कंप्लीट जो ग्रुप ऑफ मसल्स बना रही हैं, दैट इज नोन एज क्वाड्रिसेप्स फेमोरिस. अब इसके अंदर कौन कौन सी मसल्स आती हैं? So muscles of interior compartment of thigh. The important group of muscle over here are quadriceps femoris. अब quadriceps femoris में कौन कौन सी मसल्स आती हैं? सबसे पहले सेंटर में जो दिखेगी आपको, that will be rectus femoris. On medial to it, on the medial side, vastus. 3 वास्टाएं होती हैं, vastus intermedius, vastus medialis and vastus lateralis. इनके नाम से ही पता चलता है कि ये कहाँ सिचुएटेड होंगी. Vastus medialis will be situated medial to the rectus femoris muscle. Vastus lateralis will be lateral to the rectus femoris. Vastus intermediate is not visible in this picture because for this you have to reflect rectus femoris. So just below the rectus femoris, vastus intermedius is there. So 3 vasti plus rectus femoris forms quadriceps femoris. So patella जो है, it's the largest sesamoid bone that forms in the tendon of this quadriceps femoris muscle. Okay. Now another muscle which is present here in the anterior compartment, this is the longest muscle in the body, sartorius. It is also known as Taylor's muscle. It runs obliquely from the lateral side to the medial side towards the tibia bone. Okay, so this is the longest muscle and it is also known as Taylor's muscle. Now two group of muscle together, they are named as iliopsoas. Okay, this iliac muscle or iliacus is the muscle of the iliac region of the hip bone, and psoas major is the posterior muscle of the posterior abdominal wall. But here, as they extend, and there is insertion of these two muscles on the femur at the lesser trochanter, and they forms the lateral part of the floor of femoral triangle. So that is why they are considered here also. So you will study these muscles later on also, and together these two muscles are named as iliopsoas. Okay, so iliopsoas muscle, sartorius and quadriceps femoris. Psoas major muscle takes origin from the T12 to L1, L2, L3, L4 and L5 vertebrae from the body and the transverse process of these vertebrae. So most of the origin and the belly part is above, not in the thigh region. Okay, but it forms important content of the floor, that is we are studying over here. And also these are the chief flexors of the hip joint, iliopsoas. Because of their action and because of their insertion present here in this region, we are considering these two muscles here. Okay, iliacus is taking origin from the upper 3/4 part of this iliac fossa on the iliac bone of the hip, iliac part of the hip bone. So iliacus along with the psoas, iliopsoas take insertion here on the tip and the medial part of anterior surface of lesser trochanter of femur. ठीक है, एक तो हिप बोन से आ रहा है और एक वर्टिब्री से आ रहा है, लंबार एंड थोरैसिक, एंड इंसर्शन इसका कहाँ हो रहा है, लेसर ट्रोकेंटर पे. एक्शन इनका क्या है, चीफ फ्लेक्सर ऑफ द हिप बोन एंड दे आर सप्लाइड बाय द femoral nerve. Now sartorius, important muscle. This is also known as Taylor's muscle. Because of its action, it is known as Taylor's muscle. Now what is the origin of this muscle? अब जितने भी landmarks पढ़े थे वो यहाँ पे हमारे use होंगे. It is taking origin from the anterior superior iliac spine and also some part below this spine, the notch, upper notch part also, and then it runs downwards obliquely, get inserted on the upper medial surface of the tibia in front of brachialis and semitendinosus muscle. जैसे आपने ऊपर लिम्ब में एक निमोनिक पढ़ा था, लेडी बिटवीन टू मेजर्स, यहाँ क्या आ जाएगा, गर्ल बिटवीन टू सन्स. क्या बोला, क्या, गर्ल बिटवीन टू सन्स. ठीक है, पता नहीं क्या बोला भाई, टू मसल्स. So SGS, from front to behind on the upper medial surface of the tibia, sartorius, brachialis and then semitendinosus. ये याद रखना है, ठीक है. तो ओरिजिन क्या है sartorius का, anterior superior iliac spine and area below it, then insertion upper medial surface. वापस रिवाइज नहीं करूंगी अब मैं, upper medial surface part of the tibia, ठीक है. Nerve supply of sartorius, anterior division of, पूरा बताया मैंने कि femoral nerve से anterior compartment supply होता है. This femoral nerve divides into anterior and posterior division. Anterior division से दो cutaneous हमने पढ़ ली है, and anterior division जो muscular branch आ रही है which is supplying sartorius. So sartorius is supplied by the anterior division of femoral nerve. ठीक है, अब बात आती है इसके एक्शन की. तो आलती पालती मार के बैठते खाना खाने के लिए, पूजा करने के लिए. टेलर जैसे आलती पालती मार के बैठता है, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मसल, दैट पर्टिकुलर एक्शन. इट इज कॉजिंग फ्लेक्शन एट द hip joint, abduction and lateral rotation at the hip joint, and also flexion at the knee joint. ठीक है, तो आलती मारने के लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? Flexion of hip joint and knee joint and abduction and lateral rotation. All these actions are performed by the sartorius muscle. So longest muscle, Taylor's muscle, sartorius muscle. Then the second is rectus femoris, जो सेंटर में हमें दिखाई देगा quadriceps femoris में. It has two heads, straight head and a reflected head. दो हेड से ओरिजिन होगा इसका, एक तो स्ट्रेट हेड होगा और एक रिफ्लेक्टेड हेड है. जो स्ट्रेट हेड है वो तो ऊपर देखो जैसे इंटीरियर सुपीरियर लाइक स्पाइन था, फिर एक नॉच आता है, नॉच के नीचे फिर होता है एंटीरियर इंफीरियर लाइक स्पाइन. तो स्ट्रेट हेड ऑफ रेक्टस फेमोरिस takes a origin from the interior inferior iliac spine, and this reflected head, it is taking origin from a margin above acetabulum. acetabulum के margin के ऊपर से groove रहता है, वहां से origin लेगा rectus femoris का reflected head. So there are two heads of rectus femoris, straight head and a reflected head. MCQ can be asked key point of origin. So straight head, anterior inferior iliac spine, reflected head, area above the acetabulum or above the margin of the acetabulum. Now what about the insertion? This get inserted, they also form a common tendon over here, quadriceps. They get inserted over the base of the patella here in the center at the base. patella का जो apex है वो नीचे है, base ऊपर की तरफ है, so it gets inserted over the base of the patella. एक ligamentum patelli, बीच में एक word आया था, एक ligament आया था which attaches patella to the tibial tuberosity. This ligamentum patelli is considered as the part of the tendon of the quadriceps femoris only, extension of the quadriceps femoris. Now what will be the action of the rectus femoris? Rectus femoris जो है उसको हम kicking muscle भी कहते हैं. It causes flexion at the hip joint and extension at the knee joint. देखो sartorius को अगर हम छोड़ दें, ये quadriceps femoris जो है ये सब क्या करेंगी? They will cause extension at the knee joint. क्योंकि ये कौन सा compartment है interiorly lower limb में? Extensor compartment है. All these muscle will cause extension of the knee joint. So in addition to this, rectus femoris also performs flexion at the hip joint. That is why जैसे पहले flex करना रहता है और फिर extension होता है, उस extension के साथ जैसे kicking action होता है, वहाँ क्या होगा? Flexion at the hip joint and extension at the knee joint. That is why it is one of the kicking muscles, rectus femoris. Now what about its nerve supply? Sartorius को हम छोड़ दें, all the muscles, these quadriceps, these are supplied by posterior division of femoral nerve. Sartorius, anterior division, and all these rectus femoris and 3 vasti plus एक छोटी मसल और है जो हम पढ़ेंगे, articularis genu. ठीक है, ज्यादा उसका एक्शन नहीं होता तो वो छूट जाती है. Articularis genu also, these are supplied by the posterior division of femoral nerve. तो femoral nerve का root value L2, L3, L4. ठीक है. Then vastus medialis, it is taking origin from the lower part of intertrochanteric line. याद है शुरू में बताया था, anteriorly between two trochanters there is intertrochanteric line. So from the lower half of intertrochanteric line, then backwards from the spiral line, and then from the medial lip of linea aspera, which is the ridge present posteriorly on the femur, and downwards from the medial supracondylar ridge. Again a sharp border on the medial and the lateral side, which are medial and lateral supracondylar ridge. So इसका क्या extension रहेगा origin का? From the lower part of or lower half of intertrochanteric line, then spiral line, medial lip of linea aspera and medial supracondylar ridge. इसका insertion कहाँ होगा? Patella, base of the patella पे medially and also on the medial border of the patella. ठीक है. क्योंकि मीडियल साइड पे है तो मीडियल पार्ट ऑन द बेस ऑफ द patella. Then nerve supply will be vastus medialis की nerve supply, posterior division of femoral nerve, action, extension. Important point यहाँ पे एक और है, स्टार मार्क करके आप लिख सकते हो कि vastus medialis जो it restricts the lateral displacement of patella. Okay, and it performs an important action during locking of the knee joint. जो एक्सटेंशन होता है उसकी लास्ट स्टेज में vastus medialis क्या करता है, इट कॉज द medial rotation of the condyle of the femur and it restricts the lateral displacement of the patella during extension. So it plays an important role in the locking of the knee joint, vastus medialis. ठीक है. Then we have vastus lateralis. It is taking origin from the upper half of the intertrochanteric line, then from posteriorly from the gluteal lateral part of the gluteal tuberosity, then from the lateral lip of the linea aspera. ठीक है. And then from the lateral supracondylar ridge, it goes downwards, get inserted over the सेम ही है, बस अपोजिट कर दो, मीडियल की जगह लैटरली होगी. मीडियल लिप ऑफ लीनिया एस्पेरा पे वास्टस मीडियालिस रहेगा, लेटरल लिप पे वास्टस लेटरालिस, एंड डाउनवर्ड्स ऑन द पटेला इट ऑक्यूपाइज द लेटरल पार्ट ऑफ द बेस ऑफ पटेला एंड द लेटरल बॉर्डर और लेटरल मार्जिन ऑफ द पटेला. एक्शन क्या रहेगा इसका, एक्सटेंशन, नर्व सप्लाई, पोस्टीरियर डिविजन ऑफ द फेमोरल. वास्टस इंटरमीडियस, रेक्टस फेमोरस को हम रिफ्लेक्ट कर देंगे, तो सेंटर में वास्टस इंटरमीडियस. सो इट इज टेकिंग ओरिजिन फ्रॉम होल ऑफ द इंटीरियर एंड द लिटिल लेटरल सरफेस ऑफ द फीमर. ठीक है. देन इसका भी फंक्शन क्या है, पहले तो इंसर्शन क्या है, जस्ट बिलो द रेक्टस फेमोरस ऑन द बेस ऑफ द पटेला इन द सेंटर, एंड एक्शन विल बी एक्सटेंशन, नर्व सप्लाई, पोस्टीरियर डिविजन ऑफ फेमोरल नर्व. तो यहाँ अपने कंप्लीट हो गई हैं सारी मसल्स. ठीक है. क्लिनिकल इंटीग्रेशन, इलियोटिबियल ट्रैक्ट, ओवर यूज, जैसे साइकिलिस्ट होते हैं, रनर्स होते हैं, ज्यादा रनिंग करते हैं तो टेंडरनेस हो जाता है ऑन द लेटरल साइड ऑफ द नी जॉइंट. ओके, अगर वहां पे हम पैल्पेट करेंगे तो इट विल बी टेंडर. टेंडर एंड पैल्पेबल का मतलब क्या है, अगर हम पैल्पेट करते, टच करते हैं एंड पेशेंट रिस्पॉन्ड करता है पेन में, दैट इज नोन एज टेंडरनेस. सो इट विल बी टेंडर ऑन द लेटरल साइड ऑफ द नी जॉइंट बिकॉज ऑफ द ओवर यूज ऑफ द दिस tract, contraction of the iliotibial tract. Second is myalgia paresthesia. This lateral femoral or lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, if it get compressed, then it results into numbness, then pain and burning sensation on the lateral outer side part of the thigh. It is also termed as skinny pant syndrome. So tight pain, teenagers pain, so it may cause compression of the cutaneous nerve and cause pain on the lateral aspect of the thigh. Behind thigh pathologist, it is also termed as Bernhardt root syndrome. Myalgia paresthesia. Then the important aspect over here is patellar tendon reflex. इसका root value होता है L3 L4. It is also known as knee jerk. Okay, अगर we tap here in the lower part of area in front of the ligamentum patellae, पटेले से थोड़ा सा नीचे अगर हम टैप करेंगे तो पेशेंट विल रिस्पॉन्ड बाय एक्सटेंशन ऑफ द नी जॉइंट. दिस इज नोन एज नी जर्क और पटेलर रिफ्लेक्स. रूट वैल्यू L3 L4. Quadriceps testing. How to test quadriceps functioning? So a patient will be in supine position. Okay, from the right hand, clinician will hold the lower part, ankle part, and ask the patient to raise the leg. ठीक है, against the resistance. ने hold कर रखा है and you will ask the patient to raise the leg and you will feel the contraction over the thigh with the help of another hand. Okay, so this is for the testing of the quadriceps femoris. So basically अगर कोई पैथोलॉजी होगी यहाँ पे that will be because of injury to the which nerve? Femoral. तो femoral nerve कौन से segment से आ रही है? So you have to also look up to that segment also, L2, L3, L4. कौन सा एक्शन हो रहा है इसमें, कौन सी मसल जो है वो कंट्रीब्यूट कर रही है? सार्टोरियस, टेलर्स मसल, ठीक है।